Are you frustrated with the whole process of binding your quilts? Do you think it's tedious to draw diagonal lines to piece your binding strips together? Are your mitered corners less than stellar? Is it obvious where your binding started and stopped? Or do you have a hard time getting the ends of the binding to fit properly? I'm Jeanette Bussard, owner of Sewciety Boutique, a sewing and quilting studio in Bluffton, South Carolina. I designed the Sewciety Boutique binding miter tool because I too was frustrated with the binding process. I love the results I get now, and I must say I can't do binding without my little tool. So what can you expect from your binding miter tool? Multiple binding strips can be stacked and trimmed to the correct angle, then after cutting off the dog-ear points, aligning the strips is a breeze. No more diagonal lines to draw. As the binding is applied to the quilt, the binding miter tool easily guides you to draw a perfect 45-degree line into the corner of your quilt. You then follow that line as you stitch and sew a perfect miter into the corner of your quilt, giving you accurate miter results. Lastly, the binding miter tool guides you through finishing the ends of your binding so that there is no way to distinguish this final seam where the ends connect from any other seam in your binding. The tool has a guideline for adding seam allowance that will result in a perfect fit, and cutting off the dog-ear points makes aligning the ends for stitching easy. The clear markings and anti-slip coating make the tool stress-free to use. Finally, the binding fits and there's no annoying fullness to deal with. The tool is low-tech and easy, making it a practical tool for beginner and experienced quilters alike. Check out our free binding tutorials. The step-by-step instruction is very thorough and is modeled after our in-person classes.